What's going on YouTube? So it's Martin
and Christina
from Thrift Store Gold back at you with another video, daily vlogs. So in today's video we actually had over 100 sales in our 60-day total. So we figured we'd break it down, show you guys each sale because you guys have been asking for what sold videos. So we have over 100 sales. We're going to be breaking it down in this video. Let's cut this intro. We'll be right back. Okay, so now that you guys are back from that intro, her name is Christina, my name is Martin, we're a reselling couple. We've been documenting it all on YouTube for about 6 months, putting as many videos as we can out daily, so you should definitely check out much more of our videos. You can really get to know us, and you can get a good laugh at them as well. But today we're going to be doing a what's sold video. We got 100 items for you guys that we're going to be going over and just telling you what we sold, so get your popcorn because it's going to be a longer video. We're gonna try to speed through it a little bit, but who knows how long we're gonna take. So we're gonna be putting all the pictures of what we sold like right in here, just so you guys know. So let's jump right into it.
So anyways, we've had $3,000 plus in the past 60 days and 138 sales.
I'll put our total up right here.
So these are the most recent 100 that we've had, and at the end we'll tell you how much we paid for everything and how much we earned, not profit wise but just sales wise.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna start at the 100th sale that we have written down because that was about like a month or two ago. So why not start from there and go till what sold literally this morning.
So I believe it was the last week of May, but this 100th sale was a Nautica Hawaiian floral polo t-shirt. We picked that up for $1 and it sold for $11.50.
So we are going to be kind of speeding through these. So we're just going to name the product, the price that we paid for it, and then what we sold it for.
Alright, so 99 on the list. It's a Victoria's Secret pink teal spell out hoodie. We spent nothing on that actually, that was mine, and we got $15.99 for that. 98 on the list is a pair of black work Crocs that we paid nothing for because those were also mine. They sold for $15.
So 97 on the list was actually a Vineyard Vines pullover that we got for free. We ended up selling that for $45.95.
Great flip.
Yeah. Then number 96 on the list was a Nike Pro Combat long sleeve. We paid nothing for it and we got $16.95 for it. So 95 on the list was a Woolrich sweatshirt. We paid $1 for it and it sold for $17.84.
That was our very first Woolrich sweater, so that's what got us into the obsession of Woolrich.
Yeah, seriously.
94 on the list was a TI-30X calculator. We paid nothing for that because it was mine, but it sold for $9.34. 93 on the list was a pair of Nike Air Jordan 1s. Those are actually Martin's as well, so we paid nothing for those, and they sold for $50.99. 92 on the list was a Steph Curry Adidas t-shirt. We paid $1 for that as well, and that sold for $10. And 91 on the list is actually a Cheerios beer koozie. So
we actually picked this up when we first started thrifting, and it was in like a bag of koozies. There was like 5 of them, and I picked that bag up for like $1. So each koozie was a little under like 25 cents.
And we got $2.54 for that one.
Yeah. 90 on the list was a Funko Pop. It was a Ray Gun Stewie that we actually picked up. We bought that for $2.39 and sold it for $7.
89 on the list was a Carrie Underwood Calia, her athletic line long sleeve. We paid nothing for that. That was actually given to us and it sold for $14.
88 on the list was a Red Sox t-shirt. We picked this up for $1 and it sold for $12.98. So then 87 on the list was this vintage Nike golf vest. We picked that up for $1 and it ended up selling for $12. 86
on the list was this little lot of safari animals, like plastic figures. We paid nothing for that and that sold for $5. 85 on the list was this new with tag St. John's Bay like flannel jacket. We paid $1 for that and that actually sold for $12. 84 on the list was a pair of Martin's old Nike joggers, so we paid nothing for those and those actually sold for $20. 83 on the list was this pair of pink Nike Legend Reacts. They were mine. We did pay $3.50 for them though, and they ended up selling for $50, so that was a good flip.
Not bad. So 82 was a D23 fan club shirt. We paid $1 for that and ended up selling it for $6.79. 81 on the list was actually my old Canterbury backpack. So it was mine, so we didn't pay anything for that, and we ended up selling it for $16.96.
$80 on the list was this Calvin Klein zippered off the shoulder blouse. So that one was actually mine as well. So we paid nothing for that and it sold for $12.99.
$79 on the list was vintage Nike swim trunks. We paid $1 for them and then they ended up selling for $14. $78 on the list was BLK rugby shorts. We paid nothing for those and then we ended up selling them for $16.99.
So $77 on the list was this Intech Wii carrying case. That was actually Martin's old Wii carrying case, so that was nothing that we paid for, and it was $14.
$75 on the list was actually my old Xbox 360, so we paid nothing for that and ended up selling for $30.99.
$74 on the list was a Philips DVD/VCR combo player. That was actually one of the first things that we picked up when I went full time, so that's really cool that it's on this list. But we paid $7.39 for that and it sold for $39.99. So with that 27th sale, that is the end of the last week of May sales, and all of the rest 73 sales that we have are all from June. So 73 on the list was this pair of Charlotte Russe shorts. They were actually an old pair of mine, so we didn't pay anything for those, and they only sold for $4.76, but we're getting rid of old things, so.
Yeah. 72 on the list was a Craftsman air power tool. That was actually mine, so we paid nothing for that and ended up selling it for $20. 71 on the list is a vintage trench coat. We paid $1 for it and sold for $28.89.
70 on the list is a lot of two Kohl's Cares plush toys. It was a panda bear and polar bear that we picked up in the garbage. So that was nothing and it sold for $9.72.
69 is a vintage Nike Arsenal t-shirt. We paid $1 for it and it sold for $22.09. 68 on the list was an embroidered Mickey polo. We paid $1 for it and we sold it for $13.59. 67 on the list was an Ireland rugby ball. So we paid nothing for that and then we sold it for $14.
66 on the list was a Body by Victoria's Secret bra. That was actually my old bra, so it was nothing and sold for $14.75, but unfortunately they returned it because it was too big for them, so we have it again to list, and it's a really nice bra, so I'm sure it'll sell again.
And that's something too, we have a couple returns in here we wanted to share with you guys, because you can't really get discouraged with returns. If they happen, just pay it and just move on to the next one, relist it and resell it. That's what we do.
So with these 100 items that we have here, we actually only have one return that we need to talk about, so that's a 1% return rate, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
65 on the list was actually these Croc Jibbits that I had. They actually were on a pair of Crocs that sold a little bit earlier on in the list, so you will see that. So they were actually mine, so we paid nothing for those, and they sold for $5, which for something that was on a pair of shoes is a pretty good flip.
Yeah.
64 was this single snap-on girls mug. We paid $0 for that and it sold for $7.99.
63 on the list was a vintage Ohio State crew neck. We paid $1 for it and we sold it for $21.24. 62 on the list was a Timberline fleece vest. We paid $1 for it and we sold it for $12.95. 61
on the list is the Thomas the Train bath toys that we talked about. We calculated that as we paid $10 for it because we paid $10 for both of the bins, so anything else that sells from them will be pure profit now, but they paid $10 for it, so they paid 10, we paid 10. 60 on the list is an Express women's like gold flowy blouse, so that was actually mine as well, so we paid nothing for that and it sold for $10. 59 on the list is another set of snap-on girl mugs. We paid nothing for those mugs and they sold for $9.01. And then 58 on the list was the teal pair of Crocs that I was talking about that the Croc Jibbits came off of. So those are mine. We paid nothing for those, obviously, and then they sold for $17.99.
So then 57 on the list was actually my old Australia rugby ball. We paid nothing for that and it ended up selling for $10. So 56 on the list was a vintage Stanley clamp that I actually had. We paid nothing for that, and that actually ended up selling for $15.99. 55 on the list was a Legos Harry Potter Dimension set. We ended up paying $2.39 for that, and it ended up selling for $16.19. 54 on our list was a red Ralph Lauren hoodie. We paid nothing for that, and it ended up selling for $14. 53 on the list was a 2008 American Girls doll. We paid $10 for that and I ended up selling it for $50.35. 52 on the list was another one of my old rugby balls, an Argentina one. So we paid nothing for that and that sold for $12. 51 on the list was some fuzzy Crocs. They were Christina's, so we paid nothing for those and they sold for $9. 50 on the list was a Nike Pro Combat t-shirt. We paid $1 for that and we ended up selling for $10. So we're halfway through, guys. We're at 50 sales. We got 50 more to go. Hope you guys aren't too bored. We gotta keep going.
So 49 on the list is a Nike hoodie. It was actually one of Martin's old hoodies. We paid $0 for that, and then it sold for $15. 48 on the list is a Victoria's Secret bombshell bra. That was actually one of my old bras, so we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $20. 47 on the list is a 2013 American Girl doll. We paid $10 for that one as well, and then it sold for $71.95.
46 on the list was this black American Eagles crop tank top. We paid nothing for that, and it ended up selling for $15.99.
So 45 on the list was a Donald Ross golf polo. We picked that up for $1, and it sold for $15.
44 on the list was this Aria orange button-up t-shirt. We were actually given that, so we paid $0 for it, and we sold it for $20. And that was actually brand new with the tags.
43 on the list is a New York & Company like bell sleeve t-shirt. That was actually one of my old shirts, so we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $11.19.
So 42 on the list was this little Ford replica. It's like an ERTL brand. We paid $1 for that, and that ended up selling for $16.
41 on the list is a Pac-Man / Beatles featuring t-shirt. Shout out to Thrifty Esme real quick because she actually bought that. But we paid $1 for that, and it sold for $12.59.
40 on the list was a Victoria's Secret pink t-shirt. We paid nothing for that, and it ended up selling for $13.50.
39 on the list was this black and gray color block cardigan. That was actually mine as well, so we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $16.99.
38 on the list was an Under Armour black polo. We paid nothing for that, and it ended up selling for $14. But we actually had a little mistake with that. We sent out a black Nautica polo instead of the Under Armour, so we just sent them both t-shirts and told them to keep it both.
Yeah, and luckily enough, it was for their son's interview or something, and they were both the same size, so whatever one he got, it would have been the same. So we're grateful that it worked out in our favor that way. 37 is a Train concert t-shirt. That was actually given to us, so we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $7.99. 36
on the list is this Nike camo t-shirt. We paid $1 for it, and it sold for $7.99.
35 on the list was this Buffalo Bills blue light beer koozie. That was one of the koozies that we picked up in the bag, so we paid 25 cents for it around, and it sold for $1.
34 on the list was this brand BLK rugby shorts. We paid nothing for those, and we ended up selling them for $14.
33 on the list was this lot of 4 space / going to the moon related Life magazines. They're vintage, super old from like the 60s. We paid nothing for those. We were actually given those, and that lot of 4 sold for $9.99. 32
on the list was this Victoria's Secret pink long sleeve. We paid nothing for that and ended up selling it for $15.
So 31 on the list was this Joey Logano NASCAR t-shirt. We picked that up for $1, and it sold for $10.99. And actually, cool enough, that was something that I sent an offer to somebody on, so they actually do work to send offers.
30 on the list was this American Eagle reversible puffer jacket. We paid $1 for it and ended up selling it for $40. So that was one of the better flips from Dollar Tag Day.
29 is a floral bikini top that I had from last year. So obviously we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $12, but we're still waiting payment on that, so I don't know if we're ever gonna get payment on that. It's been 9 days. We opened a no payment case.
28 on our list is this Empire hoodie that we picked up. We paid $1 for it, and we sold it for $10.
So 27 on the list is a Michael Kors crossbody bag, a small little one. It was actually mine, so we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $69.99.
26 on the list was this lot of 6 uncovered Lifetime magazines. We paid nothing for those, like we said, and ended up selling just that lot for $2.
25 on the list was a Nautica striped polo. We paid $1 for that, and it sold for $5.99.
24 on the list was this Under Armour Brooklyn owned t-shirt. We paid nothing for it and sold it for $9.99.
23 was a pair of Nike blue dry fit shorts. Those were actually Martin's old shorts, so we paid nothing for those, and they sold for $9.50. 22 on the list is this Luna Pierre Buffalo Bills polo. We picked it up for $1, and it sold for $10.
21 on the list was this Under Armour pink hoodie. We paid nothing for that, and we sold it for $24.99.
So number 20 on the list was the 1776 book. It was this huge book that we were given. So we paid nothing for that, and it sold for $17.99. 19 on the list was this lot of 2 like baby related Life magazines. So we were given those as well, so we paid nothing, and that sold for $6.99.
18 on our list was this Nike football t-shirt. We paid nothing for that, and then we ended up selling it for $9. 17 on the list was a Victoria's Secret black perfect shape bra. We paid nothing for that, and we ended up selling it for $13. $16 on the list was this pair of blue bathing suit bottoms. We paid nothing for them and we ended up selling them for $8.
$15 on our list is this Michael Jackson Life magazine. We paid nothing for that and it sold for $3. $14 on the list was this Marilyn Monroe Life magazines. We paid nothing for those and then that sold for $4.
So $13 on our list was this Nike gray pullover hoodie. We paid nothing for that and it ended up selling for $27.99. $12 on our list was this iPhone box. We paid nothing for that and it ended up selling for $3.
$11 on the list is this anime t-shirt. We paid $1 for that and it sold for $9.80.
We're in the last 10, guys. So if you are still watching, thank you for watching this far in the video. We know it's a lot longer of a video, but that's what's gonna happen when you have 100 sales. So let's get to the last 10 of these sales.
So 10 on the list was another Nike hoodie. That was actually one of mine, so we paid nothing for that and it sold for $14.
9 on the list was actually a Harry Potter Lego set. We bought that for $3.50 and we ended up selling it for $20.
8 on the list was this like candy shirt. We paid $1 for that and it sold for $5, so.
7 on our list was this Juicy Couture backpack. We bought that for $20 and we ended up selling it for $54.95.
6 on our list was this Wolverine heavy corduroy like jacket. We picked that up for $1 and that sold for $15.
5 on our list was this Sorry Card Revenge game. We paid $1 for it and it ended up selling for $17.99.
4 on our list was this new with tags Worthington blue tank top kind of thing. That was actually something that my mom had given to me, so we paid nothing for that and it only sold for $6.99 though.
Number 3 on the list was a Rolling Stones concert t-shirt. We paid nothing for that and ended up selling it for $10.
Number 2 on our list is this Calvin Klein purple button-up. We paid $1 for this and it sold for $15.
So then the last thing, the 100th thing that we have to share with you guys is actually what sold last night while we were sleeping. So it was this bluish, tealish Columbia jacket. We paid nothing for it and it ended up selling for $20. So that was pretty much our 100 sale video. Like we said, we were gonna save the total for the end, so tell them what it is.
So we only spent $82.45 on these 100 items and we made, not profit, but we made sales-wise, $1,720.18.
No.
So that is crazy to have
Pretty
only
crazy.
spent $82 and we turned it into $1,700.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's insane. Pretty much, you can make the money, you just gotta put the work in. We're doing pretty much as we can with eBay. We're also doing a lot of YouTube, so that's just how it's been going. We wanted to share with you guys our 100 sales that we just had. We hit 3,000 on our 60-day total, a big goal of ours, so give a little pat on our backs. But that was today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it wasn't too long for you. Make sure to smash that like button if you like this video. Leave a comment down below if you got any love for us or if you want to share anything. And until next video, till tomorrow, peace guys. Go crush it. Punch it.
I missed. Hold on.
Holy crap. Trying to break the camera.